competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing the opposition, and all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go. 280! Check 56. Wins 5-3. Wins 5-3.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to launch this thing way down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run with Geis. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack on first down, Wilson, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On first down, this is Geis. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Now it's Wilson. It got his man complete. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into third and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Geis. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second and 9, Wilson, and he whips that one incomplete there. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
From the 22, here's second and 8. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Wentz thrown complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
And Owen coughed it up.
Result of the play. First down.
Here we go. 20. Go. Deuce. Check nickel. Slip. Stand. You go tight. Listen.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Watch twins.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
There we go, Pac-Man.
They'll come out in the pistol. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation.
56. Mike, 56. Hey, Charlie. 56.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. L.J. Collier in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
Go.
45-yard line.
Check 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Kill.
To throw is Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. From the red zone now, Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, D. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Wentz now on first down. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
57, Mike 57. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. 57.
Now Wentz again. Yeah, he's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On the ground, it's Geis. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun on third down, Wentz. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Wentz now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. Ricky. Slam.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a toss. This is Geis. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On the ground, Geis, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Shotgun now for Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Eagles send out their punter now. as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They start on the ground with Geis. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Wilson. This is caught by Robinson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
14. Big series right here.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Darius Geis out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds Dorsett, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 31, Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And some room to maneuver. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let him know. Alert. Watch the shot.
Now it's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wentz going to throw. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. Wentz now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Geis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Geis again. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Geis. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time, and they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Result of the play. First down.
Lefty.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles.